It's snowing out. It's just about 5 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, it is a snowy world. Ah, snow. It's a blizzard. It's supposed to get kind of nasty today. Snow and rain and wind and lightning and killer bees. So the power was out for about maybe an hour last night, maybe. And then it was restored, and it's been blowing like mad all night. I don't know if the camera's mic is picking up. There's a lull now, but it's pretty fucking windy out. Almost 5 in the morning now. Gonna blow all day 70 kilometers an hour wind. And here we go. It is a good snowy day. It's supposed to turn to rain later, but there's a bit down on the ground, as you can see. And it's actually not too slippery. I'm not wearing my icers today. I thought about it, but I thought, nah. The snow's pretty packy, so it's not very slippery at all. Although there is some icy spots, but I should be okay. I may regret that famous last words, but rain later. And then tomorrow, crazy winds, allegedly, forecast. And I've got a rheumatology appointment tomorrow morning, first thing. So when I get out, get to that, and then get the fuck home, crawl back into bed until spring. What you doing, Katie? Hmm? You sitting in the sunshine? Alright, so just get back from my rheumatologist. It's like November what? 13th, 14th, and it was minus 17 last night. There's ice everywhere. So today, after my appointment, I walked up to the Regent Mall, even though it was fucking cold as fuck. But I was prepared, and I used my icers for the first time, and they fucking rock. These are the best things I think I've ever bought for winter. There was no salt or sand on the sidewalks, and these things made, it was like, you know, walking on regular dry ground. No slipping, no sliding, nothing. Nothing, Katie. Nothing. Perfect. I love these things. They're going to be great. And I will recommend them if you're a New Brunswicker or anybody in the winter. Get these. They're only like 30, 35, maybe 40 at the most with taxes. You can get, as I said in my other video, if you lose or chip or something, or they get worn down, you can get brand new cleats for them. They're just basically screw heads, but you can buy a little baggie that's got a bunch of replacements. But they are awesome. 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 Can't stress how awesome they are. I was at my brother's place for the staycation. They had these Certipedic pillows, and they're probably the best pillow I've ever slept with. It was really nice. So I thought they'd be uber expensive, but these are only like 13 bucks at Walmart. So I grabbed that, and then just because I was in a mood, I haven't read anything for a while. I should probably be reading. I'm on the computer, Origins of the Sphinx, of course, by Robert Schoch. who is a PhD in geology, and he's the guy who basically overturned the world of Egyptian archaeology by saying that the erosion that's in the Sphinx enclosure, apparently, mainstream archaeology, not even apparently, but mainstream archaeology says that the enclosure, if you look at it online, the enclosure around is really worn. They say it's done by wind. But you look at it and it's like, no, it's got to be water erosion. But the thing is with water erosion is that the last time that that area of Egypt, or any area of Egypt, had that much water was, thousands of years ago. Much, much further back than the Sphinx. So how did that water erosion happen in the Sphinx enclosure if it was built when they say it was, and it's not? So, Origins of the Sphinx would be a great book to read. Robert Raval, I've got a couple of books by him as well. Yeah, so that'd be a great read. And it's fucking cold. It's gonna be fucking cold for the next few days. Like, it's insane. Like, crazy. I've been back for 6 or 7 years now. I have never in that time known winter to come this early. I haven't talked really to other people, but I'd like to try and find out when the last time snow and ice and minus, like, sub-freezing temperatures. I mean, in the fall, like around this time of year, it gets around freezing at night, but minus 17? No, that's like January, February weather. And I have to think, I know, if you followed me or when I was on Facebook, I talked about it. We grew up on the Waterloo Row, had the Loyalist Cemetery in our backyard, and they came in 1783, and the reason why 30 men, women, and children perished was because of an early winter that year. And I was thinking, man, it had to be really bad. And this is really bad, so I kind of have to wonder if this was the type of early weather. Because, I mean, at night, like last night, like the temperature just dove as soon as the wind came up, man. It was down below zero, below freezing. Like they said, minus 17, minus 20. So that's bad. And if you were like, basically a loyalist back in the days of, I mean, they had no heaters. They had fur coats and candles and shit like that. But they didn't have time to build good fortifications against the cold and the weather. And I can't imagine, like, a night like last night, that would have killed a lot of people, having been exposed, because they had not enough time to build houses and stuff. So I wouldn't. I mean, climate change, yes, but obviously, when you think about that in 1783, that they had a winter that I would assume would be something like this, and that's not climate change that did that. So I think, obviously every 100 years, maybe even less or more, you get these kind of winters, and they came up in a bad one, and we can be thankful that we live in this time where we have heat and warmth and heaters and all kinds of housing and insulation. Yeah. I'm going to eat, and I think I'm going to go crash.